Anak, sundin mo kung ano ang nilalaman ng puso mo.
Thank you, Tay!
Tay, naaalala mo ba nung niregaluhan mo ko ng mikropono? Ang sabi mo sa akin, susuportahan mo ko kahit anong gusto ko. Ang lagi mo pang ang bilin, anak, sundin mo kung anong nilalaman ng puso mo.
Ganda talaga.
Lagi mo ring pinapaalala na ako ang pinakamaganda. Mas maganda pa sa mga crush mong artista sa TV. Alam mo ba, Tay? Pinaniwalaan ko yun.
Ako, si Pam Villanueva, nagbabalita.
Hindi mo naman kasi sinabing mahilig ka sa mga palabas na comedy. Yan tuloy. Umasa ako masyado. Hindi ko inakalang iba pala ang pamantayan ng mundo. Hindi ko napaghandaan ang sakit ng mga salita mula sa tao. Ganun pa man, hindi ko kinalimutan ang bilin mo. Tay, ngayong araw, maglalakas loob ulit akong sundin ang laman ng puso ko. Ngayong araw, tutuparin ko ang pangarap nating dalawa. Handa na akong yakapin ng pagkakataong ito. Ano man ang sabihin ng iba.
Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a long and hard journey. There will be a lot of sweat and a lot of tears. I expect a lot from you, but in the end, when you become teacher broadcasters, it'll all be worth it. Are you ready? Yes! Your task at hand is to deliver your lines straight at the camera lens.
Greetings, bright minds! I hope you're having an amazing day. It's me, your English learning buddy.
Good job, DJ. Okay, next. Any volunteers? May nagtatago doon. Teacher Pam. Teacher Pam, I can see you.
Sa pagkakataong ito, babaliin ko ang pamantayan ng mundo.
Magandang wika at maalab na panitikan sa ating lahat, grade 10. Narito kayo ngayon sa classroom ni Miss Pam. Ang mamatanong na kahit sa camera laging umaanggulo, maniwala ka, sasamahan kitang mag-enjoy at matuto. Tatandaan, sa panitikang Filipino, abot kamay mo ang mundo.
Alright!
Haharap ako sa kamera upang magturo, upang hindi lamang makulong ang mga aral sa 4 na sulok ng silid-aralan, upang mas maraming bata ang makaalam na ang mga pangarap ay binuo upang matupad.
Okay, teachers, dito nagwawakas ang ating workshop, pero hindi ang inyong training. Bye-bye!
Haharap ako sa kamera upang magturo, para mas maraming bata ang makaalam na kahit matagal ang proseso ng pangarap, ang mahalagay umuusad. Tay, naaalala mo ba nung niregaluhan mo ko ng mikropono? Hindi ko to nagamit kanina. Pero, nagamit ko lahat ng paalala mo. Hindi na rin pala ako naniniwalang kasing ganda ko ng mga crush mong artista. Pero, mapapanood mo na ako sa TV para sa mas malalim pang advokasya.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang itulay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang itulay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Alain Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na Pivot ang ginagamit sa ating itulay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hello po everyone! Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Let us now start our session for today. Brian Herbert once said that the capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill, but the willingness to learn will always be a choice. Magandang buhay po sa ating lahat. We are now on the 4th day of our webinar workshop on audio and video-based development of online tutorial sessions. Before we start po, may I ask everyone to have a moment of silence, for we will have the prayer that will be immediately followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Salamat, Panginoon, sa regalo ng buhay na siyang nagsisilbing daluyan ng iyong biyaya sa aming kapwa. Dalangin namin, Panginoon, na magamit namin ang bawat talentong ipinagkaloob mo sa amin. Sa oras na ito, itinataas namin ang aming webinar upang mapaghandaan namin ang pagbabago sa aming pagtuturo. Bigyan niyo po kami ng sapat na talino at kalakasan upang magampanan namin ang misyong ipinagkatiwala mo sa amin. Basbasan niyo po ang bawat mag-aaral at ang kanilang mga magulang sa kanilang mga dinaranas na pagsubok, at ito ay hindi maging balakid sa pagtuklas ng bagong karunungan. Dalangin namin ang bawat leader ng aming departamento na patuloy niyo silang gabayan sa mga desisyon at pagpaplano para sa kapakanan ng bawat isa. Panginoon, buong pagpapakumbaba kaming humihingi ng iyong kapatawaran para sa mga pagkakataong kami natakot at humina ang aming pananampalataya sa gitna ng krisis ng mundo. Dalangin namin, Panginoon, pagkalooban niyo po kami ng grasya na kami ay maging matatag at kami magtiwala sa inyong mga salita na hindi mo kami pababayaan. Ang lahat ng ito ay aming panalangin sa pangalan ng aming Panginoong Hesus. Amen.
magiliw, pwes na silanganan, alam ng puso, sa litig mo'y buhay. Lupang linirang, tuwid ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa lagat at punog, sa simoy at sa langit mong bakaw, may ilatang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isap ng mataw at may tagumpay na nagniningig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa at araw ng ating pagsinta, tuwa'y langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Magandang buhay po sa ating lahat. Hello po. Mabuting tao. Alam ko po na sumagot kayo. I hope everyone is safe and healthy po sa kanilang mga bahay or yung mga nasa school po na teachers. Sana po ay safe kayo, no? At lahat po tayo ay malusog. Yan. We are now on the day 4 out of 5 of our webinar workshop for this week. But before we proceed, allow me to have a walkthrough of the things that we have discussed yesterday. Yan po. I-review muna po natin ang ating napag-aralan at natutunan yesterday. Okay po ba? Sige. So we have learned the basic camera setting with Miss Daisy Ann Alferez. In here, we were able to learn not only the techniques but also the best shots and angles in doing our video lessons. We also learned the basic video editing with Mr. Neil Arvin Bautista. Plus, we were also taught on how to do our own script, diba po? Video lesson script. Also, we were lucky enough to be taught on the techniques on songwriting. Lastly, we had our free voice acting for TV and radio broadcasting setups. For today, we will surely learn another nuggets of information and wisdom coming from our reliable speakers. And speaking of our speakers, no, allow me to introduce po our first speaker for today. Yan. By the way, this script po was written by Ma'am Floyd, who is unfortunately nasa webinar din po siya and doing series of script. Okay? Alright. So our first speaker has been an educational technology specialist at the Department of Education Central Office since 2020. He facilitates trainings for teachers in using a variety of interactive teaching methods and assists them in integrating appropriate technologies to support, enhance, and maximize learning. He first started as an elementary classroom advisor, a mathematics coordinator, Learner Information System or LIS, and Elementary Basic Education Information System or EBIS coordinator at Amado P. Reyes Elementary School, and has been assigned to different roles. He became the Student Pupil Government or SPG Advisor, the Information and Communications Technology Coordinator, the Brigada Eskwela and ASAP Coordinator, the LR Coordinator, the SIP and CIP Coordinator, wow, ang dami po, di ba? The Learning and Development Coordinator, okay, the Local Council for the Protection of Children Focal Person, and the SMEA Coordinator. He is also a consistent resource speaker and demonstration teacher in both division and regional level, with topics ranging from math resources to other pedagogical practices. The most prominent teaching demonstration and speaking engagements he had were during the first international conference and workshop on technology and strategic classroom and research innovations in October 2018 and international training workshop on contextualization, localization, and indigenization of learning materials in June 2017. To build a strong network of connection, he ensures active participation to professional associations such as the Mathematics Teachers Association of the Philippines in Cooperation since 2017 and the Association of Curricularists and Educators at Philippine Normal University Manila since June 2019. These memberships in different curricular organizations honed his skills as a curriculum writer for mathematics, and he has been a curriculum writer of LMs and modules for Mandaluyong Mathematics Circle and the Vision Remediation and Enhancement of Aptitude in Mathematics for Grade 4 ever since. Apart from designing well-designed assessment tools and interactive lessons in the department, he also engages himself in various research and studies, two of which include Number 1, improving the academic performance of grade 5 pupils of Amado T. Reyes Elementary School through DepEd or Project Dream, a study that identified the impact of Project Dream. And the research on the status of gender-responsive curriculum, basis for institutionalized of gender and development in K-12 program. Our speaker completed academic requirements in the graduate school program, Master of Arts in Education in Curriculum and Instruction at Philippine Normal University. He also garnered several recognition and awards. To name a few, we have DepEd Digital Rise Certified Champion, Best Teacher Awardee, Model Teacher Awardee, and Most Outstanding Elementary Educator from 2016 to 2019 respectively. Okay, proponent in establishing an offline repository of DepEd initiated self-learning modules and division-wide self-learning materials, and an open educational resources or OERIHUB establishing an offline e-library for all SDO Mandaluyong libraries. These experiences in the academy have widened his perspective in successful facilitating and handling platforms and programs such as OER, DepEd Commons, DepEd Learning Management System, DepEd TV, and DepEd Online, DepEd eTulay, a free online tutorial under the Information and Communication Technology Service. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome one of the most promising EdTech Specialists of the year, the big brother or tatay of the DepEd TV teacher broadcasters, Mr. Salvador E. Manansala I. Ayan, how about a round of applause po?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning,
Hello po, Sir
princess.
Bags.
Hello, good morning. Pasensya na. Yung kasi inasend ko kay Sir Noel na bio note. So, to our teachers and to our host ng Princess, a pleasant morning. To the executive officials of DepEdAngeles City, a pleasant morning. And maraming salamat for trusting me to discuss this content quality assurance of our instructional video making. So, allow me to share my screen.
Sige po, sir. Take it away.
Is it visible, ma'am, princess? Okay, so
yes.
A pleasant morning to everyone. Today I'm going to discuss to you content quality assurance of instructional video. By the way, I'm Mr. Salvador Manansala from the Office of the Undersecretary for Administration, Yusek Alain Del B. Pascua, under the Information and Communications Technology Service, headed by Director Abram Y.C. Abanil, and our newly established unit, the Educational Technology Unit, soon to be division in the Department of Education, headed by our head, Sir Mark Anthony C.C. So sabi po alam naman po natin, at the onset of this pandemic, all of us, we are caught unaware about this pandemic kasi we are used of having class suspension due to typhoon and other regular holidays, but we are not prepared with this kind of incident wherein matagal. It takes, I think, a year now kung saan talagang suspended yung face-to-face. We rely more on the distance learning, the modular learning, and other modes of delivery. And at the start of the school year, our Secretary Leonor Magtoles Briones, is very consistent sa kanyang statement na education must continue because as we all know, the novel coronavirus has instantly changed the way education is delivered, given that the school and home have now become the same place due to the necessary regulations put into effect. What we are experiencing right now is not new to some, especially if we're going to recall at the height of Marawi uprising, our call was for education to continue. In the midst of coronavirus, our call, the Department of Education calls the same. Education must continue whether face-to-face or virtual, with or without physically going to school. Let us always remember and rest assured that any decision that will be made for the continuation of our education or the learning, the learners, the parents, and teachers, and general public, that their health and safety and well-being will be the primary consideration. So as we are experiencing the last portion of our academic year, we are still innovating things. We started from modular learning, and then now we are now having our distance learning, and now we have our TV and radio-based instruction with the use of DepEd TV and the ETulay that na in-spearhead po ng ating Educational Technology Unit. So let's try to reflect. This is just a simple instruction about the relationship of curriculum and instruction. When we talk about curriculum, ano ba yung kailangan ituro ni teacher? The content. This is the curriculum. On the other side, we have the content. How are we going to deliver this? At ito po yung tinatawag natin the instruction. Paano makukuha ng learners yung content ng curriculum? Curriculum and instruction goes hand in hand. As we all know, during this pandemic, we are using the most essential learning competencies, or the MELC. This is our curriculum specifically designed for this academic year. Regardless kung gaano kaganda, kung gaano ka-well-designed ang curriculum natin, if we will be having some problems with the way we deliver the content, then mababaliwala yun. Kaya nga like ko sinasabi, teachers must be knowledgeable on how to read the curriculum, how to assess the curriculum, how to unpack the curriculum, and after that, the last portion of this is on how are we going to implement or how are we going to deliver the content of the curriculum through instructions. And today, we are using different learning modalities. We have distance learning, online learning, blended learning, we have modular learning, and we have the TV and radio-based instruction. Lahat po ng yan can help our students to gain more knowledge about the content of the curriculum that we are implementing right now. The learning resources provided for the public school learners and teachers have always been in print format. This is primarily in consideration with the Public Act 8047 or the Book Publishing Industry Development Act, which states that the government shall formulate, adopt, and implement a national book policy and corresponding national book development plan that will serve as the enduring basis of fostering the progressive growth and viability of the book industry. Let's try to recall yung mga previous supplies na tatanggap natin. It's been a long time since nung mga nakatanggap tayo ng mga libro. Alam natin yan na talagang primary supplies natin is the book kasi yun yung ginagamit natin. And recently, for the past few years, ako mismo naka-experience ako na talaga nag-deliver na ng mga equipments. Primarily science and mathematics equipments dun sa ating school. So nagkakaroon ngayon tayo ng evolution when it comes to the learning resources na pinoprovide for the public school system. When we talk about learning resource, any text-based materials, print or non-print or non-text-based materials, aligned with the K-12 curriculum used as a primary basis or supplements to teaching and learning process. Let's always remember, lahat ng resources na ginagamit natin, dapat iniisip natin, etong mga bagay na to will help us to deliver the content of the curriculum and for our learners to easily understand our topic. So these are just supplements to the teaching and learning process na ginagawa natin sa ating classroom or sa ating online world. So ayan, we have the two classification of learning resources. I think all of you are aware of this classification. According to the cognitive theory of multimedia learning by Mayer in 1989 of the University of California, it proves that people learn more deeply from words and pictures than from words alone. If we're going to recall our discussion about dun sa basic on how to create modules and different learning materials, alam natin na there's a specific percentage for pictures and text. If it's grade 1 to grade 3, mas marami yung image than the text. If it's for grade 4 to 6, medyo nagle-level na yung text and image. And then pagka mas higher level na, more of text na siya. So nagkakaroon ng text and image ratio kasi mas engaging sa mga lower grades yung marami silang nakikitang pictures. So ngayon, it's not just about a plain pictures. We are now integrating words and moving features through instructional videos na ginagawa natin. And I know some of us nag-start using PowerPoint, converted into an MP4 format. Some of us nagsimula gamit yung cellphone natin, and that's good. Kasi we teachers we are in nature very resourceful tayo eh. So lahat ng available resources natin, yun yung ginagamit natin to be able for us to deliver quality education as mandated by the Department of Education. An instructional video is any video that demonstrates a process, transfers knowledge, explains a concept, or shows someone how to do something. So when we talk about instructional video, it can be classified into 3: tutorial video, presentation videos, and explainer videos. I'm just trying to establish a certain concept about different instructional videos kasi alam naman natin, iba-iba yung ating videos na ginagawa. When we talk about tutorial videos, if you're teaching TLE, if you're teaching TLE and other subjects na more of experiment, more on hands-on, maybe tutorial video is good for you. When we talk about presentation videos, ito yung mga ginagawa natin. For example, we are having this training, we are having this webinar, and then nire-record siya for future reference. Para dun sa mga hindi makaka-attend, pwede nila panoorin ulit yung presentation na to. We have the explainer videos. Ano pinagkaiba ng explainer videos kay tutorial videos? Yung tutorial videos kasi step by step. Sa explainer videos, ito yung parang direct to the point and sandali lang siya. Ako pag gumagawa ko ng explainer videos using Powtoon, nasa ano lang yan, 1 minute to 2 minutes lang. So kumbaga nandun na kagad yung gusto mong tumbukin na maiintindihan ng mga learners natin yung video na pinapanood nila. Reality check. What are the common mistakes na nagagawa natin sa paggawa ng video? Not knowing your audience. As a teacher, we need to know our audience. Kasi ayun yung magiging base natin in the development of our instructional video. At the start of our planning, we need to identify the audience because from the start, kailangan ma-identify kagad natin siya para yung language na magamit natin, yung image na magamit natin, and yung other things na gagamitin natin sa instructional video natin ay akma dun sa learning o sa age level ng ating mga learners. Trying to make it perfect. Ito yung kadalasang problema nating mga teachers. We try to make it perfect. Pero let's always remember na pagka yung perfection nasa isip natin, lagi tayo maghahanap ng pagkukulang sa ginagawa natin. Kailangan mabago natin yun na hindi dapat tayo mag-isip na kailangan maging perfecto. Kailangan no pressure. Kung ano lang yun nandyan, yun lang. Kung ano lang yung kaya, yun lang. Kasi alam naman natin, every day is a learning process. Pag may nakita kang mali sa first video mo, pwede mong ulitin yan at gawing tama sa susunod na video until ma-perfect natin. Last one, worrying too much about the equipment. Alam ko yung naging problema natin. Online learning, wala kaming laptop, wala akong maayos na ganito. Maraming paraan para makapag-deliver tayo. Maraming paraan para magawa natin yung ating instructional video. Cellphone pwede, laptop pwede, PowerPoint pwede. Ang mahalaga naman is yung content ng ating video, hindi yung other aesthetic appeal ng video natin. Ayan. Let's keep in mind that great planning will give us great videos. Kaya nga di ba dapat hindi lang basta-basta nag-create ng videos, dapat meron tayong parang sinusunod na script o sa media practice meron tayong sinusunod na storyboard para ayun yung magiging basis natin ng magiging video natin. So this is our comprehensive video plan. Determine and get to know your audience. Write your storyboard and script. Record your narration. Record your scripts. make a few edits by adding video intro, publish, and share. Itong storyboard and script, kadalasan kasi, medyo mahirap gawin. Kasi very complicated yung template ng storyboard. Kaya kadalasan, sa DepEd TV practice, dahil meron kami mga executive producers and meron kaming mga segment producers, sila yung gumagawa ng storyboard. Pero kung teacher broadcasters lang and regular teacher lang, pwede na yung script. We're following a 2-column format ng script. The first one is the audio or the script itself, and the second column is the effects. Yung mga GFX na lalabas. Doon nakalagay na halimbawa, pag sinabi ni teacher to, ito yung lalabas. So para guided si editor. And syempre hindi mawawala yung narration o yung tinatawag nating voice over. And meron tayong mga teachers sa DepEd TV, ang ginagawa nila, nag-record sila ng screen. Halimbawa, meron silang interview sa isang prominent personality, nire-record nila yon. Number 5, this is the most important thing that we need to consider in creating our video. Make a few edits by adding video intro. Ang ginagawa natin ay instructional video for teaching and learning process. I know some of us, mga vloggers, meron tayong mga vlogs na ginagawa. Hindi po natin pwedeng i-format yung intro natin dun sa mga vlog format natin. Kasi ito po ay tinatawag nating educational video. And lastly, as teachers, hindi naman siya compulsory, but sabi nga natin, bayanihan in the midst of pandemic, we need to publish and share our video. Ayan, ito I will not discuss this anymore kasi more of more of the nature of knowing your audience. What to look for standards? Ano ba yung kailangan natin tingnan? The first one is the compliance with learning competencies and accuracy of content. Let's always remember, lahat ng video na gagawin natin ay naka-anchor dapat sa most essential learning competencies na prescribed ng DepEd. Another one, dapat ang content natin ay accuracy. Accuracy of content and freshness of information goes hand in hand. Alam naman natin, ang information nagbabago. What is acceptable right now may not be acceptable after 5 years. Parang curriculum. As prescribed, dapat magkakaroon ng quality check and balance ng curriculum every 5 years para ma-update natin siya at para maging dynamic siya to the needs of the society. Format, presentation, and organization. So we need to think of a good way on how we're going to present our video in a way that it is organized. Hindi yung parang tapal-tapal sa screen. Makikita mo yan pag bombarded na yung content ng screen, pag masyadong loaded yung content ng screen, doon tayo mahihirapan. Next, language. There are so many considerations in choosing the language na gagamitin natin. First one, age appropriateness. Dapat appropriate. Lalo na ngayon, let's be honest, sa face-to-face nga minsan hindi tayo naiintindihan ng mga learners natin. So dapat yung language na gagamitin natin ay katanggap-tanggap at mauunawaan ng intended users natin. Pangalawa, gender-fair language. Kailangan yung gagamitin natin hindi siya makakapag-discriminate ng ng gender. Kasi nga po, tulad nga nung kanina, honestly, when I was still studying at PNU, ang aking pong undergraduate specialization is women's studies. So, kaya medyo particular sa paggamit ng gender-fair language in everything that we do. Another one, social content and the IPR or the copyright concern. So, ito yung pinaka-main problem natin, the copyright concerns na alam naman natin ay talagang perennial. At minsan kasi sa kagustuhan natin makapag-develop ng video, kumukuha lang tayo sa internet snippets ng mga images na medyo bound ng copyright concerns. And things to consider in creating instructional video. The first factor is the content quality. The second factor is the instructional quality. The third factor is the technical quality. And the last one is the format. So these are the things that we need to consider in creating our instructional video. For content, content is consistent with topics, skills found in the DepEd learning competencies for the subject and grade year level it was intended. Concepts developed contribute to the enrichment, reinforcement, or mastery of the identified learning objectives. Let's always remember we are creating videos not to entertain. We are creating videos to inform and to empower our learners na mas maunawaan nila yung ating lesson. Content is accurate and content is up to date. And lastly, content is logically developed and organized. Para lang yung lesson plan. We started with a review down to the last part of our program, down to the last part of our lesson. Content is free from any cultural, gender, racial, or ethnic bias. Ayan yung mga dapat natin consider in creating our content. Kailangan it stimulates and promotes critical thinking. Although some of us medyo straight to the point, kailangan the main purpose is for us to promote critical thinking among our learners. Content is relevant to real-life situations. Alam naman natin, yung mga learners natin, mas na-engage sila kapag na i-relate nila yung situations or yung topic sa kanilang real-life situations. At di ba tayo nga, meron tayo laging tinatawag na application of learning. Language is appropriate to the target user level. So ayan, kanina nabanggit ko na yung language na sinasabi natin. Content promotes positive values that support formative growth. And dito, sa last bullet, ito yung in-advocate namin sa DepEd TV. We try to integrate the core values ng ating DepEd. Maka-Diyos, maka-tao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. These are the things that we need to promote. It's not just about pure cognitive development. Kailangan meron tayong affective side na dinedevelop sa ating learners. Instructional, the purpose of the materials is well defined. Ano pinagkaiba ni content at ni instructional? Si content, more of ano ba yung dinideliver mo? Yung information. When we talk about instructional quality, the way you created your video, kung paano mo siya i-deliver. Yun po. Next, material achieves its defined purpose. Learning objectives are measurable and clearly stated. Level of difficulty is appropriate for the intended target user. Graphics, colors, sounds are used for appropriate instructional reasons. Let's focus on number 2, 3, and 4. Material achieves its defined purpose. Kailangan alam natin ano ba yung purpose natin. And to be able for us to achieve that purpose, kailangan yung level of difficulty niya is appropriate for the target user. And ito yung pinakamahalaga, yung combination ng colors, graphics, and sounds dapat tugma siya ron sa gusto nating ipalabas sa ating video. Kasi yung iba, basta makapag-insert lang tayo ng music, okay na. Kailangan align siya and tugma siya ron sa gusto mong ipakita. Material is enjoyable, stimulating, challenging, and engaging. Kailangan pag tinignan ng learners natin yan, hindi siya maboboard, hindi siya mahihirapan, kasi alam naman natin, yung attention span ng mga learners natin hindi ganun katagal. Some pwedeng matagal yung attention span, pero yung iba hindi ganon. So kailangan, pag nakita nila yung material natin, mag-enjoy sila, mas-stimulate yung kanilang interest, and then mas-challenge sila, and once sila challenge kasi sila, magiging may engage na sila doon sa pinapanood nila. Material effectively stimulates creativity of target users. Feedback on target users' response is effectively employed. Ito talaga yung question about TV-based instruction. How can we deliver our feedback? Lalo na ito ay pre-recorded video. Kaya sa script pa lang, nagiging ano na siya, conversational in nature, and si teacher mismo, ina-assume niya na correct yung sagot ng bata. So doon sa script pa lang, lumalabas na kagad na may immediate feedback na siya. So kung sakasakaling si learners nagkamali, hindi siya ganun ma-degrade kasi nga si teacher nakapaliwanag naman niya through the scripts yung tamang sagot or yung feedback niya doon sa mga questions. Target user can control the rate and sequence of presentation and review. Kaya yung instructional video kasi natin, kagandahan dito, pag in-upload na natin siya, pwede na natin siyang i-play ng gusto natin, pwede panoorin ng learners natin over sa mga darating na araw. So ayun yung kagandahan nun. Instruction is integrated with target users' previous experiences. Technical quality. When we talk about technical quality, ito na yung audio and yung video and the audio. Audio enhances understanding of the concept. So kailangan clear yung boses natin. Yung background music natin hindi mas malakas dun sa main audio ng teacher broadcaster or nung ginawa natin video. Speech and narration, correct pacing, intonation, and pronunciation is clear and can be easily understood. So ito yung mga kailangan natin i-consider. There is a complete synchronization of audio with the visuals. Kailangan kung ano yung nasa screen, yun yung lumalabas na audio. Music and sound effects are appropriate and effective for instructional purpose. Kailangan hindi lang basta makagamit ng music, kailangan tugma dun sa gustong i-convey ng video or ng image na pinapakita natin. Screen display are uncluttered, easy to read, and aesthetically pleasing. So kailangan pag lumabas yung mga text natin, hindi siya yung para nag-aaway-away sa screen. Kasi medyo magkakaroon tayo ng problema, hindi maintindihan ng learners yan. Video presentation are clear and easy to interpret. Kadalasan, sa DepEd TV, dahil may mga graphic artists kami, yung kwento, ginagawan siya ng parang graphics, na moving pictures, lalo na sa Raymond, napakagaling na illustration teacher yan ng Cavite, isa sasabihan sa pag-animate, so ayun yung mga ginagawa natin. Ginagawa ng animation yung kwento, and then si teacher nag-voice over lang. So dapat yung paggawa ng visuals, yung paggawa ng animation ay madaling may interpret ng ating mga learners. Visual sustain interest and do not distract users' attention. Meron kasing kailangan boundary dun sa paggamit natin ng visuals. May iba kasi na nagiget natin yung interest nila, in a way na nakafocus na lang sila ron sa visuals, pero hindi na sila nakafocus dun sa content. Kaya dapat medyo maging balance tayo dun sa mga ilalagay natin na visual. Visual provides accurate representations of the concept discussed. And then another technical quality, the user support material, if any, are effective. So ito yung parang mga, kung meron tayong video, kadalasan naman yung video natin, naka-anchor naman yan sa SLM o dun sa mga ginagamit natin na module. So ayun yung user support material. The design allows the target user to navigate freely through the material. The material can easily and independently be used. And the material will run using minimum system requirements. So ito yung pinakamahalaga. Alam naman natin, pag nag-publish tayo ng video, ang ginagamit natin ay MP4 format. Yun yung pinaka-safe na pwedeng ma-play ng kahit anong device and even sa ating cellphone. Lalo na yung mga learners natin. Kaya kailangan medyo gagamitin nating format ay yung acceptable and compatible sa lahat ng devices. So these are the things that we need to consider. Yung text, alam ko na ay ano naman siya, na-discuss na naman siya. The text, the illustrations, simple and easily recognized, clarify and supplemental to text, properly labeled and captioned. So kailangan talaga pag may illustration tayo, yung iba kasi mas okay sa kanila na may illustration na then meron pang caption. Kasi yung mga text na yon will help our students to understand ano yung gustong i-convey ng illustration. Realistic and appropriate colors, attractive and appealing, and culturally relevant. These are the things that we need to consider in creating or integrating illustrations to our video. Design layout, attractive and pleasing to look at. Simple, do not distract the attention of the reader or the viewer. Adequate illustration in relation to text. Harmonious blending of elements. So these are the things that we need to consider in the design and layout. And bago ko i-close, ipapakita ko lang sa inyo ngayon yung ating ginagamit sa DepEd TV na ating material. So this is the example of our evaluation tool for the DepEd TV. Ito yung ginagamit namin. The first one is accuracy and timeliness of information. The script does not contain any conceptual errors. The script does not contain any factual errors. The script does not contain any grammatical errors. The script does not contain computational errors. The script that does not contain any obsolete information. The script does not contain any typographical, technical, and other type of errors. So ito, pansinin nyo, no, sa instructional video talaga, nagsisimulang evaluation dun sa scripts. Kasi kung ano yung nakalagay sa scripts, ayun yung lumalabas sa video. The language. The use is informal and conversational. The vocabulary level and words are within the level of the learner's experience and understanding. The sentence and paragraph structures are brief, simple, varied, and appropriate to the target learners. There is a logical and smooth flow of ideas within a topic or lesson. Transition devices words are properly provided, and instructions and exercises, questions and activities are understandable and clear to the target. Sabi rito, may mga note yan sa dulo. Ang sabi rito, note, at least 5 criterion item must be marked yes to indicate the compliance to this factor. Paano natin masasabi? Kung papansinin nyo, dito sa column na to, meron siyang yes or no. For example, sa first one, na-comply niya yan, check. Pangalawa, na-comply niya, check. So ang target natin, out of 6 indicators for language, dapat 5 dyan ay ma-checkan ni QA team o ni QA person, and then lalagay niya complied or not complied. Pag na-meet niya yung 5, check the complied. Assessment. The script employs useful measures of information that help the teacher evaluate learners' progress in mastering the target competencies. The script provides assessment, approaches, and activities to ensure active engagement of the learners. Assessment have clear instruction that can be easily understood by the learners. Assessment and activities are aligned with the specific objectives and the content. So our factor 3 here focuses more on the assessment. Kasi alam naman natin, we are trying to create videos to inform our learners and to empower our learners and to be able for us to understand or to assess kung meron ba sila naiintindihan is through our assessment. So dito naman, for a factor 3, at least 3 criterion items must be marked yes. So papansinin nyo, every factor meron siya sa babang indicator kung ilan yung kailangan niyang ma-meet. Factor instructional design and organization. So ito yung na-discuss ko na rin kanina. Excuse me. And then 7 yan. And then intellectual property rights. The content of the script has no copyright violations. Third-party content, non-original, original copyrighted music, songs, sound effects, and text are properly attributed. Sa DepEd TV, meron kaming music department na siyang gumagawa ng mga kanta para sa aming mga video lesson. And then, ayan na po, nakalagay dyan sa ating note, all items must be marked yes to indicate compliance. While the primary task of the producer's QA team may provide support in identifying the content that may have such issues and suggest alternatives in lieu of copyright details. So ayan na. Ito pa yung mga titingnan natin. The learning competencies and the technical designs that we need to consider during the stage of preview and quality assurance of the final and edited video. And then sa baba, nandiyan yung pinaka-final recommendation. The first one, minor revision. The second one is major revision. And the third one is for video for development and production. Then, kailangan mag-sign ni evaluator and the signature. So, ito po yung ginagamit naming material in evaluating the scripts and the video itself for the DepEd TV video episodes. And sabi nga rito, at the end of the day, quality is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, and skillful execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. And to be able for us to achieve quality, we need to plan, to do, to check, and to act. Lahat tayo ay naninibago sa sitwasyon natin ngayon. We may not achieve quality at first, pero as time passes by, habang nasasanay tayo sa ginagawa natin, ma-achieve natin yung quality na ginagawa natin. Quality na gusto nating maibigay sa ating mga learners. Kasi as teachers, we are expected to deliver quality basic education to to our learners. And this is anchored sa ating mantra na sulong edukalidad ng kagawaran ng edukasyon. Muli, ako po si Ginoong Salvador Manansala, the DepEd TV Project Lead for Educational Technology Unit, and hopefully may na-impart ako sa inyong knowledge about how to assess content quality of our instructional videos. Again, thank you very much to Sir Noel Reganit, Ma'am Princess, and to the whole team of DepEdAngeles City from the SDS, ASDS, our SGOD chief, CID chief, and our specialists and our supervisors na nandyan sa division office. Maraming salamat po for listening, and I would like to apologize for the delay yesterday. Kaya ngayon lang po tayo nakapag-session, and it was an honor na maimbitahan ng Division of Angeles City. And hopefully, after this pandemic, pag medyo umokay na, makakapunta na kami sa Angeles City to promote our programs, not just DepEd TV, but the Google certification, our robotics program, our E2Lay program, and other things na ina-advocate po ng DepEd ICTS EdTech Unit. Again, maraming salamat po, and thank you for listening. Hopefully, may nakuha po tayo. Kita-kits po tayo sa mga darating pang webinar session. Thank you!
Yes, sir. Thank you very much po, Sir Bads. Thank you very much po. If may I quote po, no, tama po kayo. Sabi niyo nga po, as a teacher, we are expected to deliver quality education. Tama nga naman po. And yes po, lahat po tayo nag-a-adjust pa dito, but we can get all through this. Opo. Yes. Maraming salamat po, sir. Q&A portion na po sa ating mga viewers sa live podcast ng ating session for today. May mga tanong po ba tayo? Samantalahin na po natin, no? Ang pagkakataon na ito, lalo na po nandito sa Sir Bads, marami po siyang maitutulong sa pag-QA po ng ating mga IM sa school. Okay po, ayan. Sir, may question po dito na nakapark from our YouTube viewer. Is it possible to have a copy po of the evaluation tool for quality assurance, or the SDO Angeles City have their own po ba? Tanong po.
So, on my end po, siguro I'll ask muna the permission from the production team, and then once there's a go signal na po,
Hello po. Medyo nagkaroon po ata ng connection problem si sir. Yan. Anyway, yun po. If you have queries po or questions, sige po, i-type lang po natin sa chat box, no? About QA po ito, if meron na po kayong QA school-based, no, team sa school, then pwede po natin itanong ang mga queries natin, concerns, kung ano pong ginagawa natin na pag-QA or best practices, pwede rin po. You may type at the comments or chat box feature of YouTube, I believe, or kung Facebook. Though I believe nag-stop po tayo sa FB. Ayan. Hello po, Sir Bads. By the way po, while waiting, remind lang po natin yung attendance, same link, no? Then po sa nagkaroon ng connection problem, you can always browse the recorded discussions via YouTube page and FB page po ng DepEd AC. Yan po. Okay? So, day 4 na po tayo. And then, sa day 5 na po niyan, workshop na po and presentation. Okay, reminder din po, we are to submit an output, I believe, no po? And then we will be selecting, okay, 5 best outputs. Yun po. Okay. Sige. Nagkaroon po ng technical problem si sir. Wait lang po natin.
Ayan, so,
hello, sir.
I would like to apologize. Ito talagang problema namin dito sa lugar, medyo nagkakaroon ng problem sa internet. So tuloy nga sabi ko, pwede natin ibigay evaluation form. Kailangan ko lang humingi ng clearance from our top officials, and then pwede ko na siyang maibigay. If in case meron pong gagamitin ng SDO Angeles na sariling rubric for instructional video, okay lang din po yun kasi empowered naman po ang bawat division na mag-come up ng kanya-kanyang tool on how to evaluate instructional video.
Alright po. Sige po. May mga comments pa po ba or queries? Okay po. Meron pa po bang mga tanong? Wala na po. Alright. Okay. Yes, according to Ma'am Jemima, yes sir, we agree to you po na more practice talaga ang kailangan. Yes po, may talagang kailangan daw po ng practice. Sige.
Yes po.
Wala na po bang tanong? Calling once, calling twice. There you go. At this juncture, sir, we would like to present the certificate of recognition to you. Allow me to read the citation. Republic of the Philippines Department of Education, Schools Division of Angeles City, awards the certificate of recognition to Mr. Salvador E. Manansala for being the resource speaker during the division webinar workshop on audio and video-based development of online tutorial sessions held on April 26 to 30, 2021 at Division of Angeles City via Microsoft Teams. Given this 29th day of April 2021 at DepEd Division of Angeles City, signed Maria Irene P. Tamayo, OIC and Schools Division Superintendent. How about a virtual round of applause for our very able Sir Bads? Yan. Thank you very much po, Sir Bads. Marami
Thank you po, ma'am. Yes po.
Sana po pwede po naming, ano po ba tawag doon, mahiram, no? Or probably maipacheck po ang aming ginagamit. Which is kinda similar dun po sa pinresent. Alright.
Yes po. So, again, maraming salamat din po, Ma'am Princess. Thank you, Sir Noel, and God bless us all po. Hopefully, magkita-kita tayo sa mga face-to-face training pag okay na ang pandemic. Again, maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you po, sir. Alright. Sa ating po mga viewers sa ating live podcast, we will have a 15-minute break. Okay, after this one, we will proceed to the talk of another reliable resource speaker. For the meantime, hydrate. Opo, go to the comfort room. Mag-unat-unat po tayo. We will see you after a while. Sige po. See you later.